The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina sometimes deals with disturbing and problematic topics. We provided a list of content warnings in the episode description. Hello and welcome to Dead Ends. I'm Emily.
I'm Brenton.
And we have a new episode of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina for you.
That we do a good one.
Yeah, the weird one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
That's what they call me.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't mean to did you?
Nope. Just rolled right along and realized
He's
what
like,
I did.
yeah, I'm gonna smile and oh shit, shouldn't have smiled and nodded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so full transparency, we watched this over like a week ago. This is supposed to be the episode we were recording last weekend, but as Brenton posted on our YouTube, life has been just relentless. And we had a plumbing leak that was less than ideal that we had to deal with last week.
Mm-hmm.
And we still don't have a functional air conditioner.
No, not at least not central. We have a portable one. I think we mentioned that last week or 2 weeks ago.
We do have a portable one now, but we didn't have it 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, now we have a portable one.
Yeah, I was like, no. But we're alive, and we're so lucky to be here with each other.
That's right.
And we did do cool things this weekend.
Yes, we did.
My mother came to visit, and we went to the DeYoung Museum in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a fine arts museum. And they have currently a Monet exhibit, but it's Monet in Venice. So it's like Monet right before the water lilies, basically. And it was very fucking cool. And so we went to the city and we took my mother and we brought Herman. So we took turns going into the museum so that we could sit in Golden Gate Park with Herman.
Yeah, what's cool about the DeYoung, other than actually the architecture of it, it's this really cool building that has this like tall spire where you can go when you're in there and go like, look, it's a view that you can see of the city. It's
like an observation deck. It's like an 8th floor or something like that, 8th or 9th floor. I personally think the DeYoung is a kind of like it's a cool concept architecture wise, but I think it's kind of ugly, like on the outside. It's a perfect museum in that way. Do you know what I mean? Where you know how like you look at art and you're like, that was not designed for my taste.
Yeah,
like that's how I feel when I look at it.
It's dark and kind of looks like almost like coppery slats, kind of like going across.
Well, and then it's like twisty a little,
mm-hmm.
and I think like the twisty of it is fun, but yeah, I don't like the coloring.
But it's in Golden Gate Park across from another museum called the California Academy of Science,
which is the best museum in the world.
It's really cool.
Maybe not the best museum in the world, but for a natural history or like science museum, it's probably the best science museum or like natural history museum I've been to in that way. And I have been to an inordinate amount of natural. Do you know what I mean? Like as someone who's like I like it,
mm-hmm.
but like I would never say like that's like my like special interest by any stretch of the imagination.
But you're like, oh, I've been
to we've been to like the one in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
We've been to, was that the Pacific Science Center?
Yes.
That's where we saw the
Terracotta Warriors.
The Terracotta Warriors. They had the Terracotta Warriors on loan, and it was the coolest thing in the world. And you could get you could get close enough to touch. Like normally when you look at the Terracotta Warriors, allegedly according to the signs and stuff, they're like far, far away, or they're in like big glass cages. And like some of these, like I mean, obviously we did not touch them, and you should never touch things in a museum that aren't for touching. But sometimes they have things you can touch.
Yes.
But it was so insanely cool because you could see so much detail, and it was insane. It was so really impressive. Cool. So we've been there. We've been to, of course, one of my favorite natural history museums is the Santa Barbara one. We lived in Santa Barbara for a while. It's a very small natural history museum, but it has a big whale skeleton in the front, like a copy of a whale skeleton named Chad. I love Chad. And when we lived in Santa Barbara, one of the running routes we did, because we didn't live far from there, was past Chad. And we'd go running at like 6 a.m. and I'd yell hi to Chad.
Yeah, we'd wave at Chad.
We'd wave at him. And it kept me going because it kind of was like a gradual uphill the whole time. And so you needed something to make you feel like you weren't going to die.
totally.
And Chad did that for me.
Our running route was all like uphill. But
there
Chad
was no
great.
good direction. It was either gradual uphill or it was up giant hills, down giant hills. Like
yes.
So you either started the run with a gradual uphill or with a roller coaster. And then you finished the run with, I guess, a gradual downhill if you did that one way. But
that's true.
But the starting, it was hard. And then we've been to the one in LA.
Yes, I forgot about that.
We did. I remember that because all the photos, I had hurt my knee, so I have a knee brace.
Oh, right.
There's like once of me standing in front of a bunch of fossils, and I just have like this big knee brace. That's where I think I impressed you with my dinosaur knowledge. I feel like I knew a lot of the dinosaurs just by skeleton, and you were like, how do you know this? And I was like, my brother, we did a lot of like museum-y things, and my brother loved like Animal Planet, and I feel like dinosaurs are like, because I mean, they were animals.
Yeah.
They're just extinct.
Exactly. Were.
Yeah. Past tense. So we did a lot with that. And I'd seen Sue before. We didn't see Sue there, though. We saw Sue in Santa Barbara, huh? They have Sue in Santa Barbara? Or did we see Sue there?
No, you're right. We saw it in Santa Barbara.
Yeah, they had the real Sue. If you've never seen Sue, Sue is like a really complete T-Rex fossil that sometimes gets carted around. There's also places that'll have copies.
It'll be on loan letter at
museums.
Yeah.
There's also places that'll have copies of Sue, but the Santa Barbara one had the real Sue.
Yeah, that was
when
cool.
I saw it in Fresno when I was a kid, I don't know if it was the real Sue or a copy of Sue. I can't remember. It's Fresno. We're doing the best. We were in the valley. We didn't have good test scores. They were going to give us Sue. I didn't go to school in Fresno. I went to a smaller, worse town. I assume it was worse. I'm sure it was worse, actually. But yeah, so we did that.
Yeah. Oh, and just to I'd wrap around on my point.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Cal Academy.
Yeah, right across from each other, and there's like a big concourse in the middle that you can go. Like lots of grass and stuff. You can go sit around, tons of benches, and then there's a music amphitheater at the end too. So. Perfect place to just, as we were walking like Herman around, or just go hang out, go listen to music. And then it's in the middle of Golden Gate Park, so this huge park in the middle of the city. So it's a really cool environment.
And then my mother and I went to the Japanese tea gardens, which are right next to the De Young. And we'd been there before, but I took my mother there. And while Brenton was in the De Young, my mother and I and Herman, with Herman in a stroller, we walked over to the Conservatory of Flowers, which is also like right there in Golden Gate Park. And if you ever do go to Golden Gate Park and you want to see all the different gardens, there's a botanical garden, there's a Conservatory of Flowers, and the Japanese tea garden. And there's a way to buy tickets where like you pay for 2 and you get access to all 3 or stuff like that. Like they always have cool stuff online about those. And I really badly want to go back and do the botanical garden because it's huge, but it is not pet friendly. I mean, obviously, like you don't bring your pet into a garden. I'm like,
you don't know what's poisonous.
Well, but also it's just like you don't want them digging. You don't want to let dogs in there to let them dig things up or pee. Yeah, Herman would pee on a priceless flower.
Yeah. Do you have any poop bags?
So. I would love to go back and see that because it's a really big botanical garden that looks really cool. And if you've never been to Golden Gate Park, it's fucking massive.
Yeah.
So make sure you look up where you're going in the park to find a nearby parking structure, because if not, you can walk a long distance in there.
Yes, you can.
There's a bison paddock.
Ask us how.
Yeah. I think we've told that story on the podcast.
Yeah, I think we have.
But yeah, so we had a fun, adventurous little weekend. And now we're here with you.
Now we're ready to, And it was a bummer that we couldn't record last week because, as we said up top, we did like this episode.
Yeah, we liked this episode.
You know, it was just gave us a week to soak it in and really ponder it. But we can get into, I have one cast member this week. Should we do it?
Yeah.
All right. So our first cast member, our only cast member, our first cast member this week is Ben Ehlers as Lucas Hunt. So most known for... show we have not watched that we kind of missed on was The Gilded Age. He was John Jack Trotter. So recurring cast member season 1, main cast season 2 and 3. So also known John Jack Trotter. Jack in quotations.
Oh.
And
I was like, I feel like you really get a character that's like their middle, like let me tell you their middle name. You know what I mean? I was like, John Jack Trotter.
Totally. He was known as fans called him the Clock Twink. Because he like a part of his character arc was like learning like assembling clocks and things like that, which is something that the real life actor got into. There's actually a really fun interview between him and Kiernan Shipka for Interview Magazine, where Kiernan Shipka is the one like doing the interview. Like it seems like they're close friends, or, at least like good friends. So it's like very funny of like them talking to each other as just like friends that are catching up. It's very cute.
Fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a great part about it. He was like, because he did some comedy movie with John Cena and Eric Andre that just came out this year. The interview's from 2025, and he's like, yeah, I went to wrestling, and Kieran Shipka was like, how was that? Like, he's like, it was insane. He was like, it's so wild. It's like a drag for straight people.
So funny.
It's a really fun. I'll link it in the show notes. It's great. But he was also he was also in The Last of Us season 2 as Burton.
Okay.
But also in theater he is in now Death of a Salesman, a Broadway revival, which was led by Nathan Lane and Laurie Metcalf. So big time hitters there. So it ends August 9th of this year of 2026. So get your tickets now if you're in New York. Oh, Little Brother was the Netflix comedy. I did write it down. And then the other cast member that I didn't prep a slide for, just because I'm going to mention it up top real here, someone we've already covered, Mackenzie Gray returning, who is the biology teacher for this week. Do we know what Mackenzie Gray previously played on Riverdale?
I do, because you told me.
Yeah, Dr. Curdle Sr. So good to get Mackenzie Gray work, I guess. I maybe just had something else to do. But that is it for cast members this week. Let's get on with the summary. Chapter 31, the weird one. It is funny that it's like Friends episode name conventions.
Mm-hmm.
One where the weird visits. Is
also like a thing in comic books?
Like the weird one? Not that I know of. But I am not the foremost expert on comics. All right.
Well, in our house you are.
That's true.
You own
in the purveyor, in between us two.
In our home.
Man, I feel like with comics, because there's so much, it's like I know enough to get myself in trouble, like that sort of like language where it's like, the basics of a language to like order off a menu, but you couldn't really have like a full conversation. Like there's so much. There's just so much. Anyways, all right. We get a 2 nights ago title card where Blackwood gathers Wardwell, Agatha, and then the twins making a reappearance. And then the weird one enters the church. The weird one is a man in a big trench coat. Kind of looks like he was a fisherman or something. And they are looking for a new body. And Blackwood's like, take mine. And the weird's like, you're too weak. We want Sabrina's flesh, and with her body, they'll colonize the earth. And Wardwell's like, but to get her, you'll need a Trojan horse. Odyssey in theaters now.
Do have questions about this. How do they know about Sabrina?
She's so powerful.
How does everybody know about Sabrina?
I feel like the Eldritch Terrors like existed in this plane outside of ours, but they can like see beyond, so they've like looked at the earth and where they want to go. Like they're from wherever their place is, like outside of space and time.
Okay. Just purely you made that up?
That's purely I made this up.
It was like there's no source material to back that.
No, it's just because they seem to come with some sort of plan. So I'm like, maybe they know.
I'm like, what is it? How are they doing this?
How?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, but really though, how?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Okay, where was I going now? Okay, we get a title card for today. Ambrose and Salem are examining a man who drowned in the river. We will get one scene a week where Salem and Ambrose are
examining a body.
Exactly. And has a great deal of water in his lungs. As Ambrose answers the phone, we see a weird tentacle creature escape the body's nose. Sabrina performs a spell and dumps the ex-boyfriend Candle in a cauldron. She wants them to be sweet like Harvey with a powerful dash of danger like Nick. She molds the candle into the shape of a man and wishes them to be the best of Nick and Harvey and asks for love to come to her and puts the little wax man in tub. It's like where you'd put...
To grow a boyfriends.
That's right. I always like little dinosaurs is what I think of the kid. Yeah. It's great.
I remember as a kid learning that they made them for adults though. As a kid, you'd buy like dolphins and dinosaurs and things like that. And then as adults, like grow a boyfriend, and I'm like, why would you want to grow a boyfriend?
Because it's like, haha, we're gonna like do it. Yeah, we're
but
just gonna
as a kid,
be mean
you
to
see
women.
that and you're like, but a
I
dinosaur is
don't want
way
one.
cool.
I don't want a dinosaur over a boyfriend. I ain't
Like,
got no time for that.
What do you mean? I want a stegosaurus. Who wants some? There's enough men. We don't need to make. You know what Sabrina's only cardinal sin in this episode is? She's trying to make a man. We don't need one more goddamn man on this earth. Am I wrong?
No. And she get an amen.
No men. No men. Want a man. I want no man.
This is our who's on first routine. It said it takes place in a church.
In a church?
Yeah, amen.
Thank
you very much.
I get it.
All right.
I'm lost.
Ambrose is studying eldritch terrors in the kitchen while Zelda is pissed that Hilda is no longer around and calls her at Dr. C's and tells her she needs to be home right now because she needs her coffee and her lighter and she can't find these things, even though it's really good the camera like shows it that it's like sitting on the counter next to her.
Uh-huh.
And Hilda tells her she has to go and hangs up. Ambrose lectures the coven, plus Roz and Harvey for some reason. They're there for
information.
Yeah, but they're also taking a class. It's like taking a class at the local community college that counts as high school credits. So they're also taking a little class over at the academy. And then he's talking about the eldritch terrors as ancient, world-destroying, unkillable entities. At the end, all the terrors come and the void arrives, and it's the end of all things. And Prudence puts out a hit on Blackwood. Hey there, Boffers. Ambrose has no idea how they can prepare, and they both have bad news on fighting back. We brought you information. We just don't have anything to go off of. Mambo Marie stops Roz and Harvey to ask about the drawings, and Roz tells her about her cunning. Science class as the teacher lectures on mollusks. As a new kid, Lucas Hunt comes in and Sabrina's like, as he sits next to her. After class, he asks for Sabrina's number and asks her to dinner to get the lay of the land here. And she's like, well, I'm busy after school because of my job. And he isn't freaked out about Sabrina's family running a funeral home. One of the fun things I think about this episode is there's so many red herrings.
Yeah, it's like, oh, is this the boyfriend she grew?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the weird? What is this? Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
And that he's just, I mean, they already know. He's just a guy.
He's just a mortal boy.
But why doesn't he get taken over at the end of the episode?
Yeah, I don't know why the weird doesn't infect him as well. Yeah, maybe proximity. Roz tells Sabrina to not get in her own way, and she should have taken him up on dinner. It's like, why didn't you go out with that boy? Roz is working on homework at home when she's visited by Mambo Marie. She tells Roz she's not a cunning woman, but a weird woman, aka a witch. She calls her Nana Rose her medtet, the guardian spirit, and says she should explain it to Roz. She calls Nana Rose from beyond and is like, explain it to Roz. And she touches Roz's forehead and Roz gets a third eye. And we see Nana in the kitchen who says, Walker women were in fact witches, but they couldn't use that because they were God-fearing women and protected themselves from the stake by calling themselves cunning women. Oh, no. I can't be put to the stake. I'm cunning.
Which I will say is not how that worked.
No.
From what I understand.
No, it's not.
I mean, I don't know. I did not. You know how sometimes people have those things that they're really into, the Titanic or like historical things, and it's little girls are into these things. There's a list of them that a lot of little girls are into. The Titanic's one of them, and the Romanovs, things like that. I feel like the Salem witch trials is totally one of them, and to me that kind of makes a lot of sense because it's well, I could have been burnt at the stake, but I did not get very into that because I just got sad about it.
Yeah,
I said this is actually just very depressing. It's a bunch of men being weird.
Yeah, women
ratting out women,
exactly.
Women taking out vendettas against each other,
Yeah, I don't think it was as much of them calling themselves witches and then more other people being like, you're
she's
a witch.
A witch.
Yeah.
And then if she doesn't drown, then she's a witch.
Yeah, see, Monty Python was so confusing to me. That joke at the beginning when I was younger, where it's if she weighs as much as a duck. I was like, I don't get this at all. So you learn new things.
I didn't watch a lot of Monty Python.
It's a joke in the Holy Grail.
I've only watched The Holy Grail once, I think.
Okay.
Maybe twice.
Yeah. Because then they have this like big joke back and forth because they're like saying this woman's a witch, and it's like, oh, what floats on a witch would float on water, but we can't just throw her into the lake or whatever. We have to see if she weighs what floats on water, a duck. So if she weighs as much as a duck, she's a witch, and it's this whole thing. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. Anyways.
Interesting.
Where are we? Marie tells her they need her power to stop the Eldritch Terrors and to come see her at the academy. There's a knock at the door, and Ross says, it's Harvey. He can't find you here. And she turns around and finds Marie gone, like Batman. Sabrina goes out to dinner with...
Like Batman?
Yeah, where you turn around and Batman's gone.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you following me?
Sure. I just thought it was a really funny comparison.
Okay. Sabrina goes out to dinner with Lucas. He gets her to open up a bit about her life, and she talks about being confused in her direction, and he makes her feel better. At the end of the date, Sabrina kisses him on the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
She goes to bed and dreams of the school halls
and then she will betray him.
Yes.
At 2 Judas.
She gives him a coin. She goes to bed and dreams of the school halls being underwater and seeing Lucas after a swim meet. He says he is the weird and she is the first. And Sabrina doesn't register this and calls him a cute boy and kisses him.
I thought it was she's the one. She's the first?
That's what I had.
I wrote one. I probably wrote it down wrong. I am not.
She is kind of like, you are going to be the one.
Yeah, maybe it was, but it probably was like first.
I wrote down the first.
I believe you. You take better notes than I do. Sometimes I find things in my notes and I go, that's not what word's supposed to be there.
Well, sometimes you catch stuff for me. He says he's not a boy and tentacles strangle her. She wakes up in her bathtub with the wax boy. Caliban sits on the...
It makes it sound like he's like doing, like that she's like hanging out with him. It's still just like a wax figure.
Yeah. Caliban sits on the throne while Sabrina, Morningstar, and Lucifer are away touring hell. The 2 remaining Hell Kings counsel him to ensure his power. Lilith starts to feel off. She calls her minion to her and tells her to bring her to the mortal realm before her body is torn apart because Caliban and the other kings are casting a spell. She's brought to Zelda and asks for her help as the baby is coming too soon and will rip her body apart. The coven gathers around Lilith as she goes through a painful birth. Zelda calls on Hecate to share Lilith's pain with the coven, and then the baby's eventually born. It's like this bit, like the coven's all gathered around her, and they all like take on Lilith's pain while she's going through childbirth. Sabrina's in class and is going to dissect the mollusk when she feels a cramp. She tries again, and the pain increases. Lucas helps take her home, and he says he has to go to swim practice, and she says, maybe you don't have to leave me home alone. And they make out on the couch, but he pulls away. He's like, your tongue feels really weird, like really weird. And she shows him, and it freaks him out enough that he runs away. She goes to the bathroom and sees that it's like an octopus tentacle, and she spits out ink. Ambrose says the dead body he was looking at had the same tongue. He also had 3 hearts and was turning into a squid-human hybrid and thinks it's happening to Sabrina. Ambrose thinks that Sabrina's body is the current host to the weird, and the body was the Trojan horse. Wink. Sabrina says, just in case you didn't get it, Sabrina says you have to get this out now, and Ambrose does a CAT scan of her inside using some magical butcher paper. It's really cool. I like
this a lot.
Because she lies down on like butcher paper, and then he casts a spell, and it makes like a
like the imprint, like a
photograph, like old photograph on there. And you can see her insides. It burns an outline of her into the paper, like I said, and then you can see the weird in her intestines. Ooh. Sabrina makes Ambrose cut her open to find it and sees something move inside her intestines, and he says we have to find another way to get it out. Sabrina's super thirsty, and Ambrose realizes, like, aha, if we drain your body of water, we'll make your body an unsuitable host for the weird.
I like that Ambrose also has equally dangerously bad ideas all the time.
Oh, yeah, like this is a horrible idea, but it works.
Well,
kind of. Sycorax, the river witch, will help Sabrina and drain her dry, and then Nick showed up to help because he's worried about her. As the water... I know. They're practically together, but not together.
Mm-hmm.
As the water drains from Sabrina, they do... It's like a fun effect where it's like they have an aquarium like fill up behind her.
Yeah, like a tank is filling behind her.
Yeah. I'm like, that's a good practical effect. And Sabrina eventually passes out, and she starts to vom, and when a weird octopus comes out into the bucket. Nick asks for a tongue check, and we see that it's, in his words, as cute and as pink as ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ambrose says we need to tell the aunties what happened here, and I'll dissect the body. Kings tell Caliban that Lilith escaped. Caliban tells him to go to Greendale and get the baby so he can throw it into the fiery pits of hell. Roz goes to the academy and runs into Prudence, who asks if she knows her. And Roz is like, yeah, we've met like 5 or 6 times. You like gave me your sword last season. Marie comes in and tells her not to be rude because Roz is also a witch, and Prudence insists that she's immortal, so they go to test Roz. Prudence draws tarot cards, and Roz guesses them, which she does every time and all in the order, and then guesses the entire order of the cards in the deck. Marie pronounces Roz a seer, and Roz gets a vision that the kings from hell are coming for Lilith's baby. Lilith tells the witches that the kings are there to kill the baby, and the witches meet the kings out front of the academy. They deny the kings gifts and tell them they are not welcome because they come like the 3 people that come and visit the baby Jesus with gifts.
Like Magi.
Thank you. They come like that with gifts.
Right?
Except there's only 2 of them. Mm-hmm. We 3 kings of Orient are. The kings say they won't leave, and what will Lucifer think? And Zelda's like, we don't worship him anymore. And they cast a spell at the kings, who writhe in pain, the pain of childbirth, and spit blood. And then we get the same audio scream looped 3 times of Rah! And then one disappears back to hell, and the other one just dies.
Asmodeus?
Yeah, they kill him with childbirth.
Kill him with pain.
There you go.
I want to know how Hecate can protect us from that, but then not from the Eldritch Terrors?
Yeah.
Why can't Hecate protect us from the Eldritch Terrors? Or at least help us?
But yeah, what? Yeah. I don't quite understand the Hecate stuff. But it's not really well defined.
No.
The Lone King updates Caliban on what happened, and the witches mean more, and Caliban says, well, then they'll have it. Hilda and Zelda tell Lilith she can stay at the coven, and Lilith says, Adam and I accept.
Kind of weird.
Yep. Sabrina stops by Lucas's locker and tells him she's fine and her tongue's back to normal and that she had an intense allergic reaction to calamari. He's like, I'm allergic to peanuts.
I'm allergic to both.
You're like, I understand both sides. And they're back to being lab partners. Science class, Lucas goes to pick up a scalpel off the ground, but he finds he's in the underwater version of the class. Sabrina talks to him as the weird and tells him they'll all be assimilated. Ambrose dissects the weird body and says it tricked us. Sabrina commands everyone to kill themselves to the Eldritch Terrors, and they all hold up the little scalpel knives to their necks. The class minus Lucas, but except Lucas. And Ambrose comes in and knocks Sabrina out with a spell, and then he casts a spell on Lucas to forget, and then the same thing on the class. Sabrina wakes up in a tub before an idol for the weird. They chose her because she was strong in an empty vessel. She wakes up in the morgue, and Ambrose did another scan, and it's in her head. He thinks that the weird's body died, but it's infecting her brain. Ambrose has an idea to rot her mind with Pesta's spell. While Pesta does that, she needs to fight against him and to hold on to a mantra that's uniquely hers.
She needs to hold on to her own self to fight against the rot that Pesta is basically infecting her with.
Perfect, thank you.
Because they're basically trying to make her brain uninhabitable for the weird. Mm-hmm. So they're like, we're going to fill it with diseases and poison so that the weird will get out. But then, like, don't lose your mind and don't give in to the weird.
Yep. They have an octopus in a tank that they'll use for the weird's house body. Nick, Pesta, and Ambrose go to attack the weird and Sabrina. Sabrina sings The Sound of Music. I am 16, going on 17. While blood streams from her nose and mouth, and then Nick comes over to her and sings along with her to help. As they sing together, eventually she coughs up the weird out of her mouth that goes into the octopus tank. It's like looks like an ink. And Ambrose freezes it and asks if she knows who she is and where she is, and she continues to sing and laughs. Roz visits Harvey to break the news about her being a witch. Sabrina finds that Lucas has transferred to Riverdale High. Ooh, no, that's like the one place you don't want to go. That's worse than here. And Sabrina says, probably for the best. Ambrose does another CAT scan and finds her clear. Sabrina says the weird says I was empty, and I was, but I was trying to fill it with the wrong thing, and goes back to her wax boy and drains the tub water to flush it down the drain. We learn that Roz did not, in fact, tell Harvey. Marie and Prudence bring Roz to the observatory. Well, they will observe the different realms: Earth, Heaven, Celestial, and in Hell, Infernal. And they'll be known as the Sentinels. The Bicentennials.
Are you okay?
Prudence asks if it's okay with their mortal boyfriend. Oh, I jumped ahead. And Roz is like, I couldn't tell him. They will each take shifts of observing and keep a psychic link between one another, and Prudence calls them the new Weird Sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Fill in the void.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea that like we have these women working together, but like give them a new name. But I know the Weird Sisters comes from Shakespeare. Like it's a whole, but like they're.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it works either. Agatha asks what happened to the weird. Blackwood says, since we have independent thought, it must have failed. And Wardwell asks what comes next, and Blackwood says, my favorite, the perverse. And we get the opening lines to Down with the Sickness, but then it cuts off. We don't even get the full drop. It just goes, oh, wow. Yeah. We need, we need the music to kick in. Oh, so pissed.
You were really upset about this.
I know.
Which I thought was really funny.
Can you imagine? You're ready to hear a song, and then they just cut it off. DJ says, time to go home. Lights up.
Okay. So, that's that. Some of the things I want to talk about in this episode. I think there's a really fun beginning and end theme to this episode. We have this like Lilith baby childbirth beginning and, you know, like circle of life thing. Have like kind of this like like that tying into I guess like the Hecate of it and like the like powerful women aspect of it that then again also ties into kind of like Roz and her being a weird woman and her grandma and all of that, but it's like lost under so much other stuff, which actually to me like the other stuff is kind of the more exciting part of the episode, so I'm not mad about that, but I just think it's like sometimes I wish the episodes felt a little bit more thematically like cohesive.
100%.
I really liked this episode, especially out of this season. It's my favorite thus far.
No, but the two parallel storylines don't really interact.
They have nothing to do with each other, it feels like.
And one of the one parallel storyline that you were talking about there is a lot of it is like we've kind of done Roz a disservice, and we need to figure out how to make it
a better story
for her. Yeah. And
it's crazy because they're doing that, but then they're giving her the same mistakes as Sabrina. They're like, and now she's not going to tell Harvey.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're
it's
like,
just the same retread. Yeah.
Give her a new plot.
Yeah. And
like, wouldn't it be more interesting if she did told Harvey, and then Sabrina's like, he didn't like it when I did it, but like, fine when you did it. Like, what does that mean?
Or to have like something unique. You know, it's that she's just a seer, but that she's technically a witch. Yeah. But it's just trying to put a different label on it of like, see, she can be the same. She's not like some weird other thing. She's not a
real witch like the other witches. They don't like she does. I assume she doesn't live as long, but I don't really know.
Right.
We don't know anything about her being a witch and what that means.
They're like, forget any connotations that the cunning might have. We realize that was bad. She's just a witch.
Yeah.
So I get it, but it's not like interesting.
Well, it's not done super well, like smoothly.
No, it's just like she's part of this now.
The fun theme of this episode is individuality, and this idea that like the weird is, you know, it's taking everyone, like it used to control everything, and everything started as one, and so everything will return to one in the end. I like that. I think that's fun. Like I said earlier, I don't understand why Lucas isn't impacted by the weird.
Yeah.
Like, did he not drink enough local water? See, like what happened? Is the chlorine killing the weird? I don't know.
Ooh, maybe.
And so are all the kids on the swim team averse to the weird?
Oh, yeah, we don't, because we don't know. We don't know any other swimmers.
I don't know any of them. This isn't Pretty Little Liars. We don't have Paige and Emily here.
That's right.
I just think it's kind of weird.
Huh.
But there's things that aren't explained, I guess is what it is. And I'm like, do they have explanations, or were they just done kind of in a rush job?
Yeah. That piece, I'm like, I don't quite understand why and it doesn't like come to anything either in that scene, because like Ambrose just comes in and knocks everybody out. So it's not even like a thematically interesting part that he isn't part of the weird. So I feel like that part's just open, because I don't mind that you don't understand exactly that the weird's just kind of slowly infecting everybody.
Yeah. Shouldn't have infected him first because he kissed her.
Yeah. That part doesn't line up. But I feel like the ambiguity with everything else works in its favor, as that this is leaning more into horror, as you're like, hey, when's it going to come up? Where's it going to happen? Where's the threat? Because that's where it seems everything's a little vague of like as you mentioned earlier, is it going to be the boy that she's growing in the tub?
Mm-hmm.
Is it is it that octopus thing? Like, well, where is that coming from? Yeah. So you're like, what's gonna like drop?
Exactly. Like when's it gonna get you?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I really liked about this episode is it brings us back to the Sabrina's plotline is the intersection of witch life and high school life again, which I really like because I think this is a much better, cleaner job of doing it than having her date like one random mortal kid in Melvin. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
This is much neater because it's like, okay, here's Sabrina's life and she can't keep these boundaries and they bleed into one another so freely now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is ironic because she gave up being queen of hell and then yet still has like this constant issue. Well, gave up as in this version of her.
Mm-hmm.
I also would love to see that tour of hell.
I know.
I'd love to see.
But they're like, they're just gone. We just have Caliban in a room.
He wanted to sit on the throne. And who can blame him?
Yeah, we get evil Caliban in this version.
Well, he just wants to get rid of Lilith. And he doesn't want there to be any threat to him and Sabrina maintaining the throne, so he was going to get rid of Lilith's kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, would you trust Lilith if you were Caliban?
No.
Would you trust Lilith in general?
No.
Yeah, it's very...
Sometimes.
I mean, what's in it for her?
Exactly. You always got to keep that in mind. But, he's much more like angry, yelling, screaming, because he's the antagonist of this episode, rather than like when he's paired with Sabrina on screen where he's like, that we've gotten this season of like madly in love and running around, following at your every word.
I will say one of the things I don't really understand is like, if Caliban's made of clay, how does he have magic? And furthermore, if you can do spells that cause people like that impact people's physical bodies like that, why are they not doing things like that to people? Maybe not necessarily miscarriages specifically, but things like that all the time to people.
Yeah, but why can't they
Lilith
do it to the coven?
Isn't somehow guarded from that? Like Lilith doesn't have some sort of like protection that she's either like implemented herself with magic to protect her and the baby. Like if this is a possibility, Lilith would know about it.
Yeah, it makes Lilith seem weak.
Exactly, and I don't like that. I like Lilith to be powerful and a bitch.
That's right.
I just think that character to counter Wardwell, we need something.
It's so true. It's so true.
Annoying. Okay, so then what else do I have on?
Oh, yeah, to bring it back around on the Sabrina Sabrina and back in high school. I think having the normalcy with horror things breaking out is way more interesting ground. I mean, that's kind of the reason that some of the best episodes are that way, or in a lot of horror stories and things.
Totally. Yes, I agree. Oh, the other thing I was going to talk about is I think it's interesting that like Ambrose tells her to pick a mantra, and it's like the whole episode is kind of about like individuality and maintaining who you are as a person. And yet she chooses a song from a movie like that we've never seen her watch in the show. She's never talked about before. And I'm just like, it's very like, there's some tie. Obviously she's watched it with Nick because Nick knows this song. He knows this about her. He's singing it with her. And it's very cute and sweet and romantic, but there was no build to that. Or if that was, we completely missed it.
There's no tie for us to be able to like, oh, that's right, this means so much to her. This song means
I am
X.
16 going on 17 is like all we have.
Exactly, yeah.
And we're like,
it's like, oh, this means to her growing up and being an adult or being yourself or something. But
which like we can extrapolate because we know the song and we know what it's from, but like it's not.
Yeah. How does Sabrina feel about this?
Yeah, it's just very interesting that that's like her anchor. And it feels very almost like not individual because it's like, you can love things and like things that are a part of you as an individual that obviously other people love and know or say or whatever. But it's just like not what I would think.
Mm-mm.
I like that it's a song because I think that is like easier to anchor to.
And it's fun.
And it's fun.
It adds to the tension of that scene as they're singing.
It's a really cute scene. It's done very pretty too. And you can just tell Gavin Leatherwood looks absolutely devastated as Nick. Like he does a great job of being like so terrified and
Absolutely
singing a little song with her. It's really cute, but it is strange.
Yeah, there's not that tie back of like why.
Yeah.
What's the emotions in this scene? What does this represent? So yeah.
It just feels slightly like I'm missing pieces that I wish I had. And that's why we've written our own fan fiction. No, I'm kidding.
That's right. Called I Am 16 going on 17.
It's just a night where they watch The Sound of Music and talk
That's
about
right.
it.
Exactly. Yes.
It was like a cozy little fan fiction.
Oh yeah.
Cute.
I haven't watched The Sound of Music since I was young.
I've
My
never
sister loved it.
The Sound of Music.
Oh, I've seen at least the first half many times.
I've heard the songs, most of the songs.
Yeah. How do you solve a problem like Maria?
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've never. I don't think we had that one in our house.
It sounds about right.
I don't think my mom would watch that movie.
I don't think so.
My mother doesn't watch anything sad.
What, you don't think them running from the Nazis is
happy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think my mother would have thought it was happy.
No, I don't think so.
And I don't, I mean, at least they got away from the Nazis.
Yeah.
And at the end, he rips the flag, right? The Nazi flag? Is that the end of the movie?
I can't remember. Like I said, I've watched the first half way more than the second half.
Well, if you know The Sound of Music, let us know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you think there's more relevance to the scene that we're missing, let us know. Because maybe it
That
did
is
come
true.
up before and we just don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. It could have slipped our minds.
We are, in fact, just like colanders right now. Everything's just slipping through the cracks. We're just holding on for dear life and hoping the pasta stays in the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are my main things. Except for the end with Sabrina being like, I've been trying to fill myself with the wrong thing. Because she's like, I've been trying to fill myself with boys.
Mm-hmm.
And like having this, like a relationship to fulfill me, but I need to focus on myself.
Yeah.
Which I like, but I'm like, girl, we are quickly ticking towards the end of the series. And I needed you to have this revelation a while ago.
You need to speed this up.
I'm like, we don't have much time together.
No.
It would have been nice if we had.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially. We'll see how we feel when we get to the end.
That's true.
I do remember the first time this like last quarter is not my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't hate it after this episode. I really like this episode. I mean, I don't hate it in general, but
No.
like I don't.
Yeah, I think our conversation had more critiques of it, but I feel like it's just like as
yeah, it did sound like we talked very negatively about an episode. We said this is the most fun one we've watched.
Yeah, because I think as from a like filmmaking and genre telling like a genre story experience, it's very fun. I think it's just like where we're missing is like some of the like
the plot pieces.
I guess like the thematic and emotional pieces tying together there. Well, and some of the plot pieces too on one half of it. But I think everything to do with the weird, like we were saying, is fun and good horror of like, where is it going to come from? Who's it infected? Yeah. And I think the underwater effects are fun, where it's like because it's all like practical and they make it look like through lights that it looks like they're underwater. It's good.
Very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, any other thoughts?
I think that's it.
Well, hopefully this week will go normally, and you'll have a normal episode at a normal time next week.
That's right.
Because life's gonna get better.
That's right.
Not that it's bad.
Easier.
It has been kind of bad. Yeah, it's gonna get easier. I was like, it's not bad, and then I was like,
it's been a lot of shit.
It's been kind of bad.
Yeah.
But it's okay, and we're okay, and we hope you're okay.
We hope you're okay as well.
We hope the world is nice to you okay. But
I misspoke weird.
What'd you say?
I said we hope you're okay as well.
That's not wrong. Why? I said we hope
because
you're okay.
we hope you're okay. I don't need to like. I said the exact same thing.
Oh, I get it. Well, you just wanted to say it too.
Yeah.
It's okay. And that's where we are in life.
That's right. Well, should we hit the plugs?
Yeah.
All right. You can find us on Instagram at deadendspcast. You can find us on Blue Sky at dead-ends. You can also write us an email for questions, comments about the sound of music to deadendspcast@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment on YouTube. Our channel is at dead_ends if you want to watch the video version, or you can listen to the audio version on all your audio podcast platforms of choice. Our podcast art is done by Senki R, and you can find a link to their portfolio in our podcast episode description. And I think that's probably it. I think that's everything. So, not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan.
Because he took a vacation.
Because he took a vacation? Oh, yeah, because he was touring
hell.
Touring hell. The infernal realm.
Mm-hmm.
Where else do you think there is in the infernal realm to go?
I don't know. I feel like we already covered it when they went down the red brick road.
Oh, yeah. I was like...
But maybe I don't know.
Is that all just hell? Like, is there more in the infernal realm than hell? Is all of the infernal realm hell?
That's what I assumed, but maybe not. Maybe there's more.
I don't know. I don't understand the, astrophysics of this.
No, I did like it. It's like, okay, here are the 3 realms. I'm like, this would have been nice a few seasons ago. But
the 3 realms
appreciate
they're
it.
looking at.
Oh, crap. I thought that was like, here are the 3 realms.
I don't know.
But you're probably right.
It's just the 3 realms they're looking at.
Mm.
Well,
Love you so much.
we love you. Bye.